Another little job to start. Oh, do you know what? I feel absolutely stoned, and I think it's just because I've been cleaning paintbrushes in here. Anyway, as I'm digging out the rest of the garage and finding things what's in here, I've come across a little something that needs repairing, and I'll show you, and then we'll have a look and see if we can fix it. Okay, so it's a little Turbo AirMaster. I don't know. I think Machine Mart special, but I don't know. A bit of a zoom in on the label. Whatever all that means. I can't see this because I haven't got my glasses on. So I'll probably read it at the same time as you guys on the video. Anyway, it is what it is. I want to see what's wrong with it. There's a few bits missing. There's a hole there, so I'm not quite sure what that is. Switch seems to work. Well, makes a clicking noise. I'm just going to plug it in and see what happens. Okay, we've plugged it in. Nice power strip on the wall there. 19-inch rack in data centres, but they're great in garages too. Anyway, so it'll either run or it won't, or if it goes dark, it means that I've blown the fuse in the garage, but we'll see. That ain't bad then. So we just need some gubbins for the end there, and then we'll see if we can get it up to temperature. See if it kicks in and out. So we'll need a valve in there, I presume. Maybe a little regulator. So let's get hold of one of them.
Several days later.
So by the power of eBay, sorry, other auction sites and sites are around, you can get a little kit for repairing compressors. There's like a regulator, different gauges, fittings, and there's even an electrical switch in there as well for cutting off. All for the grand total of about 11 quid. So if this works, then for 11 quid, nice little compressor. So I'm going to put some on the end of that, and then we'll come back. This might be a really quick video, which is great. I'll get better at videoing this at some point, but basically I'm using PTFE tape around the threads, and that's what I've always used. I'm not sure whether people are sort of say, oh, you can't use PTFE on compressors. I don't know. It's not let me down on the others. I think there's already bits on there. Look. Anyway, you don't need to see this winding some of this onto a thread. I'm sure you can manage to do that yourselves. Definitely stops. It's one of the. Do I look stoned? I'm not quite sure. It's been a while since I've been on the paint thinners. Well, anyway. Yeah. Okay. Rookie mistake. So I'll have to undo that, to lift this off, to tighten this on, because that's an easier jobby down there. I just thought I'd share that with you, because if I was recording it all, you'd see me actually make that mistake, wouldn't you? Never mind. There's a rubber washer under there that goes on top of the tank, and if it's rubber, it means my favourite grease comes out, like red rubber grease. So I'll just put a thin smear on there before I put it back on. Do I look stoned? Because I'm not sure whether the paint thinners is having any effect at all. But we put all the things on the compressor, so we'll fire it up and see if it holds pressure. I might stand out of the way when it see if it goes, because they can go pretty much bang quite severely, can't they, if they're a bit wrong. Anyway, do this at your own peril. It don't look too bad, does it really? So yeah, took off, put on, put on, put on, put on. Valve is open. I did mention in the box as well, there's a little switch gear, so that wasn't too bad. I mean, I don't know, they make this stuff for like the money, but essentially switch gear, and I mean, it's almost identical, isn't it? Even the moulding on the plastic, it's the same. So yeah, so you basically got power in from the socket from the wall, power out to the motor, and then you've got a little feed in, which is this little one in the middle, that one, which is pressure from here, and in here there's an adjustment screw to set the pressure that will fire the cut off. So it's up to a particular pressure, switch trips, turns the compressor off. So once I've got that shut, that should come up to pressure and this should cut off. That's a reasonable amount. What did it say on the label actually? Max pressure 8 bar. What was that? 110 psi, I think. Yeah. So we'd want that to be cutting off before the 8 bar there, which is the red marker. So we want it to cut off before it gets to there. That's the max pressure in the tank, and then that regulator sets the pressure there, which what comes out on the way to your tools or your airline or whatever like that. Right, let's fire it up. Put that back in the box. That's a spare for another day. It's going to get noisy. Wow, that might be game over. That's game over for the tank anyway. I'm not going to weld it because you don't know, do you? Oh well. It'd do for blowing the tyres up. There's a pinhole there. There you go. Yeah. That's so knackered tank.
Just then, by sheer coincidence.
No, I haven't welded it.
12 seconds later.
I haven't welded it a bit more either. Oh look. How crap is my welding? Then again, I'm better electronics than this. I'm just playing. Now, because I haven't welded the tank, I'm taking this off. There's a screw. Sometimes there's a cap, but there's a hole. Pop it out under the screw. Off it comes. There's your switch gear. There is your adjuster. So I'm going to wind that down a bit because I want it to cut out earlier. Because I don't want to run the tank at max pressure. It's a bit ropey. I've turned it down. Go back together. So now we'll see what happens. And there we go, just before max. That'll do. It's going to be good enough for what we need. There we go, the regulator valve. There we go. That'll do. Work nicely. Well, that'll do for what I need it for.